Before they became millionaires, some of these players were driving rusty junkers, borrowing their parents' cars, and some even taking the bus to training. Today, their garages are worth millions. So, let's see what your favorite football stars drove then versus what they drive now. When Lamine Yamal broke into Barcelona's first team, he wasn't even old enough to drive. Therefore, he had to take the train or get dropped off at training in his parents' family car. Now, he's pulling up in a custom Cupra as one of football's brightest young stars. In the early days of his Manchester United career, David Beckham proudly drove a blue Volkswagen Golf GTI that he bought from teammate Ryan Giggs. Today, the kid who once proudly drove a used Golf is now a football club owner, a fashion icon, and one of the most recognizable celebrities on the planet. Naturally, his ride had to level up too. Now, Beckham cruises around in a custom Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead. Back in 2010, when Son Heung-min arrived in Europe to join Hamburger SV, his first car was a humble Hyundai Sonata. Fast forward to today, the same player who once cruised around in a practical family sedan now owns one of Ferrari's most exclusive hypercars ever built, the LaFerrari. The king of Joga Bonito, Ronaldinho Gaúcho, started his journey in Brazil driving a boxy Fiat Uno. You see, Ronaldinho didn't just play football with flair, he lived with flair. So it was only fitting that his garage eventually welcomed a Bugatti Veyron. During his early days at Santos, Neymar often borrowed his father's Volkswagen to get to school and training. Now, Neymar's garage looks more like a private car museum than a footballer's collection, having a jaw-dropping Lamborghini Veneno worth around $4.5 million as one of his most prized masterpieces. Growing up in a tough neighborhood in Malmö, a young Zlatan Ibrahimovic could only afford a beat-up boxy Volvo 240. Today, he has one of the craziest car-buying traditions in football. He buys himself a Ferrari for his birthdays, and among them are the incredible Ferrari Monza SP2 and the legendary LaFerrari. Before becoming a Ballon d'Or contender, Vinicius Jr. drove a budget-friendly Hyundai HB20 in Brazil. Today, he tears through the streets of Madrid in a Lamborghini Urus, one of the fastest SUVs money can buy. When Didier Drogba first arrived in France, he bought himself a Peugeot 205, one of the most iconic French hatchbacks ever made. But once his goals started taking over Europe, the humble Peugeot was replaced by a chauffeured Mercedes Maybach S-Class. Robert Lewandowski may be one of the greatest strikers of his generation, but his early car was a tiny Opel Corsa. Today, with more than 700 career goals to his name, he's upgraded to the screaming V12 power of a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. Before signing his first professional contract with Lyon, Karim Benzema drove a Mini Cooper that he bought from a friend. When he turned 18, he upgraded to a BMW M6. Today, Benzema owns a garage packed with hypercars, including the monstrous 1,500 horsepower Bugatti Chiron. These cars, none of those collections are quite as surprising as the next players. We still have Messi, Ronaldo, and other players' insane garages coming up. But first, let me know in the comments right now, whose car collection would you rather steal? Erling Haaland has always loved fast cars. As a teenager turning professional, he picked up a sensible Audi RS6 wagon. But to match his towering frame and goal-scoring machine status, he bought a custom Rolls-Royce Cullinan and a Bugatti Tourbillon worth $4 million. Believe it or not, Kylian Mbappé won a World Cup before he was legally driving himself around. He even owned a Volkswagen Golf, but to just be driven around by friends. Once he finally got behind the wheel, he wasted absolutely no time upgrading. Today, he owns a Ferrari SF90 Stradale, a hybrid supercar producing nearly 1,000 horsepower. You would think a player as great as him would have always driven the best cars, but when Lionel Messi first broke into Barcelona's first team, he was parking a tiny Peugeot 206 right next to Ronaldinho's supercars. Today, things look a little different, because his garage now includes the ultra-rare Pagani Zonda Tricolore and the legendary 1957 Ferrari 335S Spider Scaglietti, reportedly worth $35 million. When he first arrived in Manchester as a small teenager from Portugal, he drove a simple Audi A3. Fast forward 2 decades, with 5 Ballon d'Or awards, countless trophies, and a net worth of more than $1 billion. Ronaldo now owns one of the most valuable football car collections ever assembled that includes the Bugatti 110, worth $9 million, and one of only 10 ever made. Now tell me in the comments, if you could take one player's entire garage, whose are you choosing? Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Zlatan, or somebody else?